Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Fan Cave. This is where we start every night talking sports with you at 10:35. Bob Pompeani, Chris Mueller with you tonight. You can join us as well by calling the Bordas & Bordas hotline, which is 412-575-2600. Mr. Mueller, how are you tonight? And I'm going to start with something that has been, it's one of my pet peeves with replay. Tonight, if we watched the Pirate game, you would have seen the neighborhood play called against Rodolfo Castro. Yes, he lifted his foot barely off the base as he was turning a double play. The pitcher happened to go all the way into right field, so there was not even a chance of him making it there. You know, is replay designed to do this? I got to start with this because it's driving me nuts. And to me, I want the neighborhood play back.
Well, I mean, the problem I have with replay is not so much that things like the neighborhood play end up getting overturned, like, you know, what we saw tonight happen. It's that you have that happen in concert with obvious plays that replay should fix, continuing to go unchanged even after replay. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think I would have a lot less of an issue with stuff like tonight that understandably does upset some people because, like, spirit of the game, it's not really hurting anything if they were getting all the major stuff right. Like, how does replay overturn, for example, the Jesse James catch into a non-catch, and then they change it the next year because they got their tail between their legs? Or you've got a couple of umpires or people, referees, looking at a call that looks pretty blatantly obvious regardless of the sport and deciding not to overturn it anyway or not to amend it to the correct call. That's my biggest issue, is that, you know, the little nitpicky ones that a lot of people get upset about feel like a much bigger deal when it's not always or even often enough doing what it's designed to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's, you know, there needs to be some modification on these kind of things that we'll see in the offseason. Typically, every offseason, after every sport season is over, regardless of what we're talking about, football, hockey, or baseball, there are changes and tweaks. We'll see if maybe that's one of them. I'm not sure. All right, let's talk about the Steelers. Got a game coming up here. There are a lot of concerns a lot of people have for this team, and depth is an issue on just about every position you can see. I want to talk to you about offensive line and who you do play in this game. Do you play all the guys because they do need to play together? Do you play Najee Harris? At any point of this preseason, do we see Ben Roethlisberger?
I think all 5 offensive linemen need to be played together as much as possible within reason, right? You're going to have a risk-reward proposition here. This is cost-benefit analysis for the Steelers, but they're 5 new guys. They need to start playing together and playing together often, and they need to gel. They need cohesion. I think the offensive line, Bob, and their inability to so far get on the field all at once, even this early into camp, is the story for the Steelers. Everything they want to do and be offensively, everything they think Najee Harris can be, everything they want Ben Roethlisberger to do, all the different plans Matt Canada wants to implement and all the tweaks he wants to make, none of that matters if the offensive line can't get some cohesion, can't get some consistency, and can't give the Steelers some stability. So I want them to play. Najee Harris obviously should play. This is the one that's controversial. I do think Ben Roethlisberger needs to play, especially if this is his last year. You want to go out with the best possible chance in an offense that has a lot of pre-snap motion that I think requires the timing to be even better and sort of the coordination to be better. You need your quarterback to play, even if that's way out of character for him, because there's too much on the line with this new offense to just kind of wing it and say, well, we're going to do what we always do because that's what we've always done as far as who plays and doesn't play.